welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia Graf. If this is your first time tuning in, I would love it if you subscribed and activate the notification so that YouTube will tell you when I upload. And if you want to support this channel, you can also do so by heading over to buymeacoffee.com/JuliaGraf. Thank you to those of you who have already donated to this channel. I reinvest that money back into this channel, buying, equipment, sound equipment, lighting equipment, stuff like that. So thank you so much for supporting me. Today we're gonna be talking about my niche collection, niche fragrances that are in my collection. Now I've already done like a whole video on my entire fragrance collection, but I thought this would be a little bit more detailed. I can go into a little bit more details. Let's just do a little disclaimer beforehand, because I am not a niche snob. I have a lot of designers and like more affordable fragrances that I have absolutely no problem with people buying, less expensive options. I do the same. So some of these I purchased like full price in a store. Some of them I did find on discounters. You can always do that. I will link some discounters I recommend. The other thing is that I don't live in a city that has like niche type of fragrances available. Now, if you're not really sure what I mean with niche, basically I mean boutique type of fragrances that are not readily available maybe in any kind of perfume store. Like if I lived in London or New York or Berlin or Paris or something, I could just go to a store, smell them, and then just buy what I like. But for me, it's a little bit more difficult to get niche because it's always like kind of production. I just don't want to blind buy niche too much because they're expensive, so you don't want to blind buy a fragrance that you think might smell really great and then you get it and then it's just absolutely nothing how you imagined and it's just a big waste of money. One of the more accessible brands from niche or like boutique, more luxury type of fragrances is Serge Lutens. You can even buy this brand at larger Sephoras. I have 3 by him. The first one is Une Bois Vanille. This is a 50 ml. This is actually an old bottle. I actually bought this on a discounter. This is a beautiful waxy type of spicy vanilla. There is some, there's vanilla in here. Obviously there are some strong woodsy notes in here. So it gives that very different vanilla feeling. It's not like a run-of-the-mill vanilla. It's so beautifully blended. I love this. It has this waxy element to it. Sweet, but not boring. Very refined. I feel like this smells very natural. Like I don't know how much of this is natural versus synthetic ingredients, but it smells very natural and it smells beautiful. Love this one. It's very accessible. I think this is one of his most accessible ones from the line. This one, now this is the travel spray. It's hard to take out. Yeah, so this is the Ombre Sultan by Serge Lutens, and this is one of the most perfectly blended, absolutely iconic amber fragrances to ever be made. Stunning. It's a sort of more masculine leaning amber fragrance. There is a lot of spices in here. Why it's called Ombre Sultan, so it has these Middle Eastern or like Oriental type of spices. There is this very interesting bay leaf note, which gives it sort of this aromatic vibe as well. It's rich, it's cozy, it's spicy. This is like fall fragrance in a bottle. Wearing a wool coat with a cozy scarf in the fall time with the leaves changing colors. That's what this fragrance is. It's spicy, it's warm, it's cozy. The amber is slightly sweet, but amber can be slightly sweet. It's not like sugary sweet, but it just has that warm, sweet amber. Femité du Bois. This one is a purple, sort of purpley color. And this is a beautiful interpretation of cedar. So if you actually go on the website of Serge Lutens, they have a YouTube channel and there's an interview where he talks about the inspiration behind this, and the inspiration is, or like the perfumer talks about that this was inspired by cedar wood. So cedar wood is a strong element in here, but there is this amazing spice market feel to this. There is this plum note and spices. So this kind of reminds me of like going to a Christmas market and like drinking Glühwein, which is like something that you drink here in Europe. I know in Sweden they have it. It's Glögg or Glögg, I think it's called. It's like a spicy mulled wine type of thing. So it kind of reminds me of that, but then there is this very strong cedar note that kind of reminds me of the West Coast. Like my family lives in Vancouver in Canada. So it reminds me of walking through these cedar forests, and Oh, it's really beautiful. This is another sort of wintertime favorite of mine. Love to wear this like around Christmas time, like December when it's snowy. So next I have one of the Christian Dior private collection blends. Now, some people don't consider this niche because it is from a designer. It's like Christian Dior. I would consider this a boutique range. So this is not like available everywhere. So it is a more exclusive line. I would consider this in that same category, but it is like from a designer brand. But this is Leather Oud by Christian Dior. This is an iconic animalic fragrance. This is leather and oud, but it's very skanky, it's very smoky, it's rich and balmy and campfire. It gives me like campfire vibes, like sitting by a campfire with lots of charcoal and smoke is wafting, and then you like leave the campfire, but your clothes still have that smoky vibe to it. There is this very almost acidic type of leather and oud skankiness to it. Oh, it's so good. Like if you like animalic fragrances, if you like smoky fragrances, try this. I really wish I'd gotten the original formulation because this has been reformulated, and the reformulated version is, I don't even know if civet is still in here. Maybe there is a civet note. If there is, it's definitely a synthetic note, and it's not as strong as it used to be, and I actually enjoyed that. I know that sounds crazy because a lot of people don't like civet, but I do. And it's yeah, it's a polarizing scent for sure. Yeah, I love this. It's very strong. It projects. It wears really strongly. Like people might love it or they might absolutely hate it. So I really bought this fragrance like for myself because I love it, and I don't really wear fragrance to get compliments. I wear fragrance for myself. I have another one from the Christian Dior private range, and that is Fève Délicieuse. This was actually a sample that I got to pick out myself when you purchase from the boutique. I actually bought the leather oud. I bought that in Munich. I was allowed to pick out a free sample, which I think is so cute. It's like the cutest sample ever. It's like 7.5 ml or something. And it's Fève Délicieuse. This is a beautiful tonka bean scent, but it's not just tonka bean. It's like tonka bean, cacao, and vanilla. So Fève Délicieuse means the delicious bean because it comes from like beans, like a vanilla bean pod, like cacao bean, and tonka bean. And this is really a very realistic tonka bean fragrance because I actually have tonka beans. I cook with them. They originally, I think, from Africa, and you kind of grate them the same as you would nutmeg. And the tonka bean has this almost almondy type of vibe. It reminds me like a cross between vanilla and almond. That's kind of what tonka bean reminds me of. It's very creamy, almost like nutmeggy type of vibe as well. So, and it's beautiful. The only thing is I don't wear it so much just because I hate this freaking bottle. Like, I don't understand why they didn't make a little sprayer on it, because you basically just have to like get it out like this, you know. It does perform really well. It smells absolutely delicious. Like, you smell edible when you wear this. I don't know if I would buy a full bottle because to me personally, when I buy niche, I want something like super original and something that, you know, I can't just get in regular perfumery like designers. And I do think it's gorgeous. I don't know, maybe I will buy it at some point. I do like it. I just, I hate this bottle. It's annoying. Okay, so next I have two from Montale. These, I actually purchased these blind because I don't, like, there's nowhere I can smell these like close to me. I'd have to like go to Zurich or something, and it's just a big hassle. So I took a risk and I actually really enjoy these. I have Black Oud. This is the 100 ml. And I also have Oud Cuir d'Arabie. And I actually did a whole video reviewing these two because I actually like to wear these together. So go and check out that video if you want to know about these more in detail. But Black Oud is a really fantastic, dark, gothic smelling rose, oud, and patchouli combo. There is some incensey vibes in here, so it's like incense and patchouli and rose, deepness, darkness, richness. It's like a jammy type of rose, but the oud gives it a lot of depth, gives it a lot of darkness. So I actually really, really like this in the winter time. And the Oud Cuir d'Arabie is a skanky leather fragrance that just reminds me of the leather market or the souk in Marrakesh. If you've ever been to Marrakesh or like the Maghreb region, if you ever go to a leather market there, it smells like this. It has, the leather there has a more animalic vibe, so it has a slight skankiness, but I love this. I like to combine these two. If you want to know more about that, I have a whole video, and it's a very acquired scent, but I absolutely enjoy that. Speaking of more animalics, this is one that is so surprising for this brand, because this brand, I don't really love any other fragrances from this brand, which is kind of odd, but it's Diptyque and it is Oud Palau. And this is the one from Diptyque that, like, to me really stands out from the other fragrances. I know they have released sort of more interesting fragrances. I'm not a Diptyque like fan. Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe I need to try them out, but I keep like going to the store and smelling them and I'm not like blown away by any of them except for this one. And this is Oud Palau, like I said. I love the bottle. It has this design on the back. Oud Rose, but oh my God, this is so skanky and gorgeous. So I like skanky ouds. I really enjoy them. If you don't like animalics, then you won't like this, but I mean, there's no like civet or anything in here, but the oud is very skanky. So it has this barnyardy oud in there. There's this rose in here, but I would say here the rose is much less pronounced than something like black oud. Here it's really very rose dominant, and here it's very oud dominant. There's also this amazing camphor note. When you spray it, it's like very medicinal. One of my like top 5 best performing fragrances in my collection. Like I spray this on, and if it's on a scarf or something, that scent will last until I wash that scarf like in the washing machine. So it lasts forever. It's very strong, like people can smell this on you. It has this amazing, deep, rich, like Arab type of vibe to it. Sexy, it's blended so well. I love this. I love this to death. This is such an amazing fragrance. Etat Libre d'Orange, and I purchased Noël au Balcon. This is the small 50 ml bottle. This is a very interesting brand. This is like an indie brand from France. I like their marketing. I like the way the bottles look. I like the packaging. I like the concept behind their fragrances. I ordered like a sample from them on their website. You can buy very inexpensive samples. I think each sample was like 2 or 3 euros. So they were very affordable. I think I ordered 5 samples, and I really liked the Noël au Balcon. That was the one I liked the most. So I ended up buying this, and this is like a beautiful, spicy, warm honey scent that really reminds me of Christmas. Noël means Christmas, like Christmas time or Christmas in French. This is like a warm honey, very realistic smelling honey. There's, I think, also an apricot note in here. It just smells warm and delicious. There are some spices in here. Baking at Christmas time, baking like honey cookies with spices in and like dried apricots. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I'm just not impressed with the performance of this. And this is the thing, when I buy niche, when I buy an expensive fragrance, I expect it to perform. And I know some people say, well, like the scent is always more important than performance. And I kind of agree, but at a certain point when you're paying a certain amount of money for a fragrance, it's not wrong to expect both, to expect a beautiful fragrance, but for it to also perform really well. And this is one that does sit kind of close to your skin. It's not totally a skin scent, but it doesn't really project, and I have a hard time smelling it after a while. Like I can smell it, but I have to like go like this to smell it. And I like when I'm wearing fragrance to be able to smell myself when I move. You know, if I'm walking or something, or I'll get a waft of it, you know, coming up from my coat, or, you know, something like that. That's what I really enjoy about fragrance. So when I'm paying like a premium amount of money, I want that experience. So I don't get that from this house. The other samples that I got, I also didn't get that. I didn't get the sillage that I was expecting, and so I'm a little bit like hesitant to purchase from them again, because I feel like the scents are very unique and kind of quirky, kind of off the wall, kind of very eccentric, and that really does appeal to me. Like this is stunning. It's, oh my God, stunning. I have no other fragrance that smells like this. It's so unique and just beautiful. Okay, next one I have is by Erin. Now, I don't even know if this would be considered niche. I definitely would consider this boutique, a little bit more exclusive. Erin is I think she's the great granddaughter of Estee Lauder or something, and she created her own perfume range. So it belongs to the Estee Lauder companies, and she does a lot of like really beautiful floral fragrances, and I have Hibiscus Palm. Oh, this is so good. This is like the most tropical summery fragrance that is based on hibiscus. There is this green element to it. There is There are tropical florals in here. Obviously hibiscus is the main player. And there is also a dominant coconut note in here. I love this in the summer. It's very good performance. It's lasting a good amount of time. I get compliments when I wear this in the summertime. A refined, summery, tropical smell. So I do really enjoy this. So in the last one I wanted to mention, and I don't even know like if this really goes in this category because I don't feel like this brand is on the same level as the other ones I mentioned. I don't know, like, would you consider this niche or not? Let me know in the comments. And that is, the brand is called Swiss Arabian. So I don't really consider these like niche or boutique from the aspect of the quality of the fragrance or the originality, because they do make a lot of clones. They do have a lot of their own inspirations, but they do have a lot of clones in their lineup. So from that aspect, I don't consider them like niche, but from the perspective of niche being something that most people don't know about, like a brand that most people don't know, I would consider it niche because you have to order this online. Like, I can't go into a store to buy this. So in that sense, it is niche, but like I said, it's not on the same level as the other ones that I showed you. Shagaf Oud. It's a very sort of a gaudy looking packaging. This is one of the clones that they have. I didn't actually know it was a clone when I purchased this, but it is a clone of Lancôme Oud Bouquet. So it's a gourmand rose oud fragrance. So the oud in here is pretty approachable. It's not a skanky oud. It's nothing like the like Oud Palau or Leather Oud by Christian Dior. It's much more approachable. There is this very gourmand praline base to it, which makes it very sweet and edible. And then there is a rose to it. So it's like roses, edible gourmandy sweets, and oud. That's kind of the main thing I get from here. Very, very good performance, very good longevity. The performance of this, like for the price you pay, is incredible. I think I bought this on Notino back then for like 35 Swiss francs or something. So it was very affordable and it does perform. And then the other one I have from them is Casablanca. This is one of their original creations, so this is not a clone. And this is a apple caramel grape juice type of fragrance. This I bought because this was very like hyped up on YouTube, and it performs again amazingly. Like, it really performs. I can smell it on me all day when I wear this. Apples and caramel and grapes. I get a lot of freshness with this somehow. The caramel is not super cloyingly sweet. Like, yes, it is sweet, but it's not super, super sweet. It almost has slightly like a men's cologne type of feel. I don't love this. I wear this, like, there is quite a bit missing. This is 100 ml. This was again very affordable, but every time I wear this, I kind of feel like I'm having a bad perfume day. Not like a bad hair day, but I feel like I kind of wish I'd reached for something else. I don't know. I think this might be leaving my collection soon. I might be like trying to sell this soon. If you're interested, let me know. If you live in Switzerland and you want to buy this off me, please get in touch because I would be willing to part with it. But yeah, it's just, it's nice. Like, I like it, but it's just, I don't know, it's not my favorite. So currently those are all the niche brands or bottles that I have in my collection. Like I said, I don't have a ton. There are a few actually niche brands that I really want to try. Tiziana Terenzi, which is an Italian brand. I would really like to try some of their stuff. Then I would really like to try Frederic Malle again. I have actually smelled them all, but I don't remember what they smell like. So I would really like to try Frederic Malle. Andy Tower is one. He's actually a Swiss guy. So that's kind of cool. I want to try his stuff. And also I would love to try Zoologist because I love animalics, and they have a lot of animalic scents. And yeah, there are Gallagher fragrance is another one that I low-key have on my radar. So let me know what are some of your favorite niche fragrances. You can post that in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching and for subscribing to this channel, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.